Hey everyone, Mr. Clutch here, and I wanted to go through my recent Bitcoin trade. There had been some questions in the Discord kind of about it, and I had it charted out, so I thought it'd be good to kind of review it and look what I was looking at. For those of you who don't know, the majority of my portfolio that I trade is swing trading Bitcoin, and I've got a system that I've developed. I spent probably a year. There's a Market Sniper Discord, Jesse Olson, who's a great swing trader and teaching this kind of trading. I spent about a year just deep into it and developed a system I feel really comfortable with on trading on the daily chart. And so the majority of my portfolio, I've only traded options, say, for the last maybe going on a year, but before that it was always the swing trading, and that's where again still I mean over 90% of my portfolio is in swing trading right now, as I continue to just to fine tune the option strategies. But so anyways, I had this trade, and this kind of a funny thing happened here. So I saw this, and my signal did not fire to go long yet when I took this trade. I took a trade at $25,066, and it was right down in here. It was, yeah. So when this day rolled over, so last Thursday, June 15th, and we were setting just at 25,000. And what I saw on the chart was, look, okay, we're kind of coming down this. I guess you could call it a wedge or even a channel, depending how you draw it. It's it seems to be squeezing in a little, but we came down and we're hitting the bottom of it, right? And every time we've hit the top, we've rejected. Right there's the first really where we created it. Every time we've come to the bottom, it's held. Came to the bottom, held. Top, rejected. It came to the bottom and held. Didn't quite make it back. Came to the bottom. So at this point, I'm thinking, if you look back on the chart here, we've got all the way back to August of 22. So last August, that was a strong resistance area. Then we had a strong resistance area here for several days back in February. It kind of came into it and went through it a couple times in March. Finally broke free, and we haven't been back to test it since. So when we're down here and it's at the bottom of this little channel or this wedge, and it's sitting on that 25k support, like that to me is a super high reward to low risk trade. So I took a stab at 25.66, or so I'm sorry, 25,000, yeah, and $66. And I actually set my stop at 750, just because I thought it was like literally a round number. And it kind of, I thought if it got down in here somewhere, there's a good chance that we might as well just stop out and readjust. So I kid you not. Let's see what this one came down to. This one came down to 24,756. So I trade my crypto on Kraken, and it came down to 24,751 and 10 cents. It came within $1.10 of my stop. Never hit, and as you can see, the rest is history. So still in the trade now. And so yeah, I just wanted to kind of show like why that would be a good spot to take a trade there. That was that was obvious resistance there, and it broke through, came back, testing that at the bottom there. We got multiple things working in our favor there. I also use RSI, which is something Jesse teaches in his Discord. So constantly watching this. And so a couple other things. So my actual system didn't fire until the close of this candle on this breakout here. And that was a big candle to get in on, but that's kind of where normally I'd be getting in, is on this breakout here. And so that'd still be a decent little trade so far. But what we're looking at too is some things on RSI. We had some bullish divergence here. Yeah, maybe not. No, let's see where that's at there. So we're at 36.52. Yeah, so it could be considered maybe slight. That's kind of flat across there, and price was still coming down. But what I was really looking at is the trend line breakouts here. So we had this super long trend line that comes right down through here. And it broke out, I think, about a day. Let's see. Did it break out? Yeah, it broke out the same day. This lower line broke out the day before here. So it's kind of giving you a thought, because this was a well-defined trend line too, from here to here, and then this little kind of almost like what would be considered a flag back. So you could have considered getting in there, but at this point, when you're coming into that potential resistance, wouldn't be something you'd want to do. So, and then on the breakout, that's where I typically enter. But there was just so much confluence there, showing me that, hey, this is a good spot. So, anyway, so now what? Now what are we looking for? So I've got this trend line already drawn out. Here, I could probably straighten it up a little, something like that. I'm watching for this trend line now. I think at some point we're going to come back and test this trend line. We would intersect it by next weekend, if nothing else. And so next a week from tomorrow, we could come into here on the daily if it just walks sideways. It could come down before, it could actually go up and come back down over here later as we get into July. But then you really want to zoom out here too and look at what you got. So right now we're into kind of this next area of, we're still trying to break out of this high from back in April. And so we need to get through, I think that's about 31 there. And then if it gets through 31, we're looking at up here into the 30, high 31s, 32s. There's an area there. Yeah, I'd say that 32.5 area. There's a little probably zone there, but really there's kind of a zone area here that's just a lot of consolidation through this area. There's been a lot of sideways days or support. There was support here until there wasn't, and then it kind of became resistance. So I guess that's where we're at. Is it was support. I mean, look, you could even drag this back farther. Right here, you were getting support, all in this little 30K area, and that was that was back in early 21 before our all-time high. Then it almost acted support here, came through, kind of backed up and couldn't make it back through it, rejected. So this is where we're at now. We're kind of in this zone. If we can get through it, then we can look for our next big move up would be trying to get up to 40. But I'll just be watching this trend line. I'll be watching on RSI. I haven't really drawn a trend line yet. I would almost like to see this kind of flatten out a little and go up if it's going to do that, so we can kind of have another point, maybe that this will come over to, and or wouldn't even mind something if it kind of came over into here and then went up, so you could really get a nice defined trend line across there. So that's what I'll be watching to see when I think this move's exhausted, and I'll use that as the guidance to get out of the trade. So hopefully this helped you a little bit. Feel free to ask questions if you have any in the comments, Twitter, Discord, whatever, and happy to discuss, because this is the kind of stuff I trade the options to get my fix for the day and day to day, because it keeps me from wanting to overtrade on the daily. But this is what I really enjoy, daily charts and doing this as well. So anyways, again, hopefully this was helpful, and thanks for watching.